And now Peter McMahon from ITV Border.
You never get too many Peters, First Minister.
Well, I should probably say there can never be too many Peters. And those who understand why I say that.
First Minister, you've said that you want an independent Scotland to rejoin the EU. You've also assumed in this paper that it's likely the rest of the United Kingdom will not be in the EU, and therefore you've conceded there will be trade borders. Now, your paper says here, any actual physical checks would likely be only undertaken on the two main trunk roads between England and Scotland or at rail freight terminals. Could you say what those main roads are? The M6, the A1, I presume? And also, given that someone like Professor Nicola McEwen has identified there's 154 kilometres of border, 25 crossing routes roughly, mostly minor routes, but crossing routes nonetheless, how would you avoid, if there are trade barriers, people avoiding trade and effectively smuggling across the border?
Before I go into that, I just want to amend one of my previous asides to you. There is actually only one Peter that matters to me, which I think is the important thing to say. Look, not to try and dodge a question, but I've said we will publish further detail around European Union issues. So some of these issues we will develop further from what is in this paper. So in terms of the roads you talk about, yes, and we are being candid here about the implications of Scotland being back in the EU when the rest of the UK, wrongly in my view, is out. That is a feature of Brexit, and the benefit Scotland gets from that, in my view, outweigh the challenges that we would face. We would, and the paper goes into some of the detail on this, we would, as many other countries already do, I've used the example of Norway, Sweden, increasingly use technology to do this. And these are these challenges that we wish we didn't have? Yes, but that is, if we want to be back in the EU with all of the benefits, many benefits that come from that, we have to overcome these challenges. It is possible to do, in my view, with proper planning and being open and candid with people, as we will be along the way.
But there will be border checks on the England-Scotland border.
We will have to have arrangements in place for the transport of goods. I've already set out the difference between services and physical manufactured goods. But let's not lose sight of the two things. Firstly, with proper planning, the ability to do that in a way that doesn't disrupt trade. Trade between Scotland and England is important. Trade between England and Scotland is important to England. But that should not be the limit of our ambitions. We have a market 7 times the size of the UK's on our doorstep, and we should be seeking to put arrangements in place that allow trade across that. That is the first point to make. So these arrangements, I believe, can be done in a way that doesn't disrupt trade, but the benefits we get from that, I think, outweigh the challenges that will come from it.